Okay.
You understand that?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Let's see how many are released here.
Thank you, Mr. Marchant.
Am I released, ma'am?
He has a
Not
hold.
that yet, but you still have the felony holds. All right, thank you, Mr. Marchant. Good evening, Mr.
Boston, Kevin.
Mr. Foster. In complaint here charging with misconduct involving weapons that it is being approved of possessor in possession of a firearm on May the 15th, March the 15th, excuse me. We'll appoint a public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions of release?
Who said
Your
that?
Honor, I would just note he's pending an attempted first degree homicide DV case as noted in the pretrial report, but nothing beyond that.
What did she just say?
If I could have just a moment, Your Honor.
You may.
And I know it doesn't reflect the attempt in there, Judge, but I looked up the case. It's an attempted first degree DV.
Okay, yeah, it shows as a second, but okay.
Your Honor, given that he already is being held in the jail on a $500,000 bond, we would just ask for nominal bond for time credit.
Preliminary hearing date is going to be April the 7th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Bond is $7,500. If you post that bond, you'll be in the Superintendent of Retrial Services. No firearms or weapons. You need to surrender any firearms to the police department immediately upon release. And you need to abide by all previous conditions of release and other matters. And I'd suggest you don't discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Foster.
Hello, sir. Your Honor. Mr. Nichols, we're waiting for him to be sent down still. I called him a while ago, but he still hasn't came. But if for now, can we go skip him and go to Mr. Thunderhawk?
Okay.
Thank you. Just go see right there.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Vincent Rock.
Mr. Thunderrock. I have a warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court charging you with possession of dangerous drug, possession of paraphernalia, alleged to have occurred on or about February the 19th of this year. We'll appoint legal defender's office to represent you on these charges, set an arraignment date for April the 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon, and did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we would just ask for a nominal bond for time credit.
All right, bond will be $2,500. If you post that bond, you'll be distributed free trial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs. And other than in the course of treatment, I suggest you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Thunderhawk.
Is some
No.
Hello, ma'am. Williams? Joshua?
Good evening, Mr. Williams. I'm Judge Shayette. I have a warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court charging you with possession of dangerous drug and possession of paraphernalia. These are alleged to have occurred on or about October the 15th of 2024. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, set an arraignment date for April the 3rd at 1:30, and did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we would just ask for a nominal bond for time credit. He's already being held on the jail, being held in the jail in 2 different CRs. It appears they both have $20,000 bonds. He's been unable to pay those. Given that, we would just ask for a nominal bond for time credit.
A bond will be $5,000. If you post the bond, you'll be distributed pretrial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Right. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Sorry.
Just start. Go get it. Yeah, so you can see your way. Yes, you're last, you're gonna go first, go sit down on the chair.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Aaron Ash?
Mr. Ash. I have a citation here charging you with domestic violence assault and 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. Alleged to have occurred earlier today in the vicinity of your residence. And is probation placed to hold? Jail, has probation placed a hold on Mr. Ash?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Ash, your next court date is going to be April the 7th at 10:30 in the morning in the Pima County Justice Court. Do you understand you need to appear at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
In the meantime, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, no contact with Jasmine or Renee. You don't go back to their residence or workplaces. You can go back once with a law enforcement officer to get your personal belongings. You need to contact your probation officer tomorrow. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. Are you currently connected with any treatment agencies right now?
Kodak.
You need to continue your treatment with them. If you need help with housing for the night or some other services, you can check with the transition center on your way out. They may be able to assist you.
Okay.
All right, but for sure you're in Pima County Justice Court on April the 7th at 10:30, and that you have no contact with the victims. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ash.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Jorge Luis Abril González.
Mr. Gonzalez, I have a citation here charging you with domestic violence disorderly conduct. Alleged occurred late this morning. We'll appoint Anna Dennis to represent you on these charges. Your next court date is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Your bond is $500. You do have a federal detainer. So if you post the bond, the feds are going to come get you. No alcohol or drugs, no acts of domestic violence. Do you understand that?
Hey, so what's gonna happen? I got a bond. I got a court tomorrow at 5. You said
At 1.
at 1.
At 1 o'clock.
While my girlfriend just talked to my PO and he told her I'm getting picked up tomorrow.
Well, that's if you're released on this. They can't.
Oh, okay.
They can't pick you up as long as you're held on this.
All right.
Okay.
Just is that it, Your Honor?
That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Rockley Martinez Brown.
Mr. Martinez Brown. I have citations here charging you with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence criminal damage. Alleged to have occurred earlier today. Your next court date on this matter is going to be April the 7th at 10:30 in the morning in the Pima County Justice Court. Do you understand that you need to be present at that time?
Yes.
You also have no contact with your father. You're not to return to his residence. You can go back once with law enforcement to get any personal belongings you have there. No alcohol or illegal drugs and no acts of domestic violence. Do you understand that?
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Martinez Brown.
Go sit down inside. But sure. Yeah, good.
Oh, actually, I need him back.
Oh, sorry.
I also have a citation here that goes back to June 5th of last year for criminal trespass at 2345 East Irvington and failing to appear in court. Your next court date on this is going to be April the 24th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the Tucson City Court. Do you understand you need to be present at that court date as well? And you're not talking about
Yeah.
345 East Irvington.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ochoa?
What's our status on Nichols?
I do have it here now, Your Honor. Would you like to go with him first?
Well, no, you've already called Ochoa. That's fine.
Would you want me to get him next?
Yes, please. Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Sandra A. Ochoa.
Ms. Ochoa. Citation charging you with domestic violence criminal damage alleged to occur early this afternoon in the vicinity of your residence. Your next court date on this matter is going to be April the 7th at 10:30 in the morning in the Pima County Justice Court. Do you understand you need to be present at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
I will release you on these charges. Conditions of release include no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, and a behavioral health assessment, and proceed with any recommended treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are your name, sir?
Frederick Nichols.
Mr. Nichols, in a complaint charging you with 12 counts of domestic violence harassment alleged between the 10th and the 16th of March of this year. We'll appoint Trevor Hill to represent you on these charges, and do either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
I would just note the pending violent felony DV charges involving the same victim, Judge.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, given the other holds and bonds that are already in place, we would just ask for a nominal bond for time credit.
Right, preliminary date's April the 7th. bond will be $12,000. Pretrial services, if the bond is posted, absolutely no contact with Sarah
Yes,
Nichols.
ma'am.
No phone
Yes.
calls, no emails, no written letters, no contact except through court. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Well, they were leading for a little while. Now they're up by 4 points. Now they're down by 4 points. 16-20. So about halfway through the first half. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are? I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Carlos Suarez.
Mr. Suarez, an criminal complaint charging you with secondary burglary and possession of narcotics paraphernalia. We'll appoint legal defender's office to represent you on these charges, and did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Your Honor, we're requesting the $10,000 due to the fact he finished community supervision about a year ago for a very similar offense. And here he is about a year later, again, going into a home and burglarizing it, essentially.
Your Honor, we would ask that you give Mr. Suarez an opportunity on pretrial services release. Pretrial services was able to speak with his mother, who did confirm that he has somewhere to live. He does not have an NVCA flag. Given that, we would ask that you give him an opportunity with.
All right, your preliminary hearing date is going to be April the 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon. You will be released to the third-party custody pretrial services. You'll participate in monitoring and treatment under their supervision, which will include no alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with the alleged victims, not going to within 2 blocks of the incident location, and under the direction of pretrial services, behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. Other than in the course of such treatment, I'd suggest you not discuss this matter with your attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, interpreter's on the line.
Yep, I knew you were there.
Good.
I appreciate you reminding me you're there, but you're next.
Exactly, yeah.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Muy buenas noches, yo soy la juez que, ¿y usted, señor, cómo se llama?
David Gustavo Soto Figueroa.
David Gustavo Astorga Figueroa.
I have a couple of things here for you, both out of justice court.
Tengo un par de cosas para usted. Las dos vienen del Tribunal de Justicia.
Okay.
Okay.
Charges here from charging you with possession of narcotics and possession of paraphernalia.
Unos cargos, acusándole de posesión de narcóticos junto con armanículo.
We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges.
Se le va a nombrar a la oficina del defensor público para representarlo en cuanto a los cargos. Okay.
Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
¿Algún licenciado quiere hablar sobre condiciones de libertad?
Your Honor, I'm okay with his release. I would just ask for a standard PH date without a steps hearing being set. I'm the one who screens people, and he's not eligible for the program.
Su señoría, yo estoy bien si lo deja en libertad. Lo único que le pido es que fije una audiencia preliminar sin una audiencia de steps. Yo soy la persona que hace la evaluación para ver si la gente reúne los requisitos para step y él no reúne los requisitos.
And we have no objection to that, Your Honor.
Y su señoría, nosotros no nos oponemos a eso.
Preliminary hearing date is going to be April the 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Audiencia preliminar se va a fijar para el 16 de abril a la 1:30 de la tarde.
In the Pima County Justice Court.
En el Tribunal del Condado de Justicia. Perdón, en el Tribunal de Justicia del Condado de Pima.
Your preliminary hearing date will be April the 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon. In the
Audiencia para la audiencia la audiencia preliminar se fijará el 16 de abril a la 1:30 de la tarde en el Tribunal de Justicia del Condado de Pima.
You will possess no alcohol or illegal drugs.
No puede estar en posesión de alcohol ni tampoco drogas ilegales.
You'll possess no prescription drugs without a valid prescription.
Tampoco puede estar en posesión de drogas con receta sin una receta válida.
You'll participate in a substance abuse assessment and treatment.
Va a participar en evaluación y tratamiento para abuso de sustancias.
And unless your attorney tells you that you do not need to appear, you need to be present on April the 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Y a menos que su abogado le diga que no tiene que comparecer, usted necesita comparecer para su audiencia preliminar que sea programado para el 16 de abril a la 1:30 de la tarde.
I also have a warrant.
También tengo una orden de arresto pendiente para usted, señor.
Charges from December the 4th of last year.
Los cargos vienen siendo del el 4 de diciembre del año pasado.
along with failure to appear on January the 8th of this year.
Junto con otro cargo es incomparecencia el 8 de enero del año en curso.
No, there's 4 cases.
Your next court date on this matter is going to be April the 7th at 8:30 in the morning.
Próxima audiencia en cuanto a este asunto se celebrará el 7 de abril a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Also in the Pima County Justice Court.
Y esa audiencia se llevará a cabo en el Tribunal de Justicia del Condado de Pima.
Somebody's talking pretty loudly in the background over there.
Alguien está hablando muy fuerte en el fondo ahí.
Creating some disturbance. Thank you.
Y se está distrayendo. Gracias.
So no matter what your attorney says, you need to be in Pima County Justice Court on Monday morning, April the 7th at 8:30 in the morning.
Muy bien, no importa lo que diga su abogado, señor, usted necesita estar en el Tribunal de Justicia el 7 de abril a las 8:30 de la mañana.
You're not to return to the incident location.
No puede regresar al lugar de los hechos.
Possess any alcohol or illegal drugs.
No puede estar en posesión de alcohol ni tampoco drogas ilícitas.
Possess any prescription drugs without a valid prescription.
No puede estar en posesión de ninguna droga con receta, medicamento con receta sin una receta válida.
And you need to work on getting a substance abuse assessment and any recommended treatment.
Y necesita trabajar en la evaluación de abuso de sustancias junto con cualquier tratamiento recomendado que viene de esta evaluación inicial.
Right, thank you.
Muy bien, gracias, señor. Se puede retirar.
Sí, over.
He was released to reach.
So,
Did he have an ICE hold?
Su señoría tenía una orden de arresto, una orden de detención de ICE.
He's no longer there, interpreter.
He doesn't have an
I'm
ICE
so
hold.
sorry.
No, está bien. He doesn't have an ICE hold. I just confirmed that with jail records.
Okay.
Good evening, I'm Judge Hayden. You, sir, are...
She has it muted again, Judge.
tell me name.
Say your name.
My name's Isaiah Fisher.
Mr. Fisher, I have several things here for you. I have an interim complaint charging you with possession of paraphernalia and possession of dangerous drugs. But it looks like, in light of your other charges that are still pending, the state's going to dismiss these charges at this time. They may refile them at a later court date. However, I also have a number of things here for you out of Tucson City Court. I have current charges for criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, 2 counts of disorderly conduct. Also have related charges for criminal trespass and criminal damage. These are alleged to have occurred, it looks like March the 20th at the same location. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges because you have a number of files pending. Your next court date is April the 10th at 10 o'clock in the morning. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to have any contact with the victims in this matter. You're not to go within 3 blocks of 3234 South Cole. Do you understand that?
Say this one more time. Say it one more time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What was his bond, or was he released?
He was released.
I know armed robbery is dangerous or not dangerous.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Say your name.
Jacob Lenall.
Mr. Luna. I have a warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court charging you with armed robbery alleged to have occurred on or 17th. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Set an arraignment date of April the 3rd at 1:30. And does either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Your Honor, I would just note the offense involves a firearm, and in looking at the date of offense, he was technically on federal supervision, at least at that time when this occurred.
We would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision. He does have a number of different residences that he can reside in Tucson with family members. He's a 4 on the NCA scale, a 2 on the FTA scale. Given and I'm sorry. Additionally, pretrial services did confirm he's never been previously arrested in this matter. So given that he has not been given a chance to appear at court out of custody, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision. Your Honor, if the court is not inclined to release him to pretrial services supervision, we would ask that the court impose a $5,000.
Given his history and the fact that there's a firearm alleged, bond is $10,000. Pretrial services, if the bond is posted, no contact with the alleged victims, no firearms or weapons, no return to the incident location. You need to comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment while in custody or under the supervision of pretrial services, and comply with any recommended treatment. Thank you, Mr. Linnell.
Sit down right there. Lyles.
Mr. Lyles, I have an interim complaint here charging with possession of narcotic drug and possession of paraphernalia. The state is choosing to dismiss the charges at this time. They may be refiled at another court date or at another time, not at court date. Suggest you might want to look into some treatment. All right. Thank you, Mr. Lyles.
Turn it.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shea, and you are
Nicole? Say your full name. Nicole Pernick?
Ms. Pernick. Interim complaint charging with aggravated driving under the influence of intoxicating liquor or drugs while the license was suspended.
Yes, the license was suspended. Don't say anything. Oh, sorry.
We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
State's recommendation, we have nothing more to add.
Preliminary hearing dates April the 16th at 1:30 at Pima County Justice Court. You do not drive without a valid license. Do you understand that?
Yes.
No alcohol or illegal drugs. And as directed by pretrial services, you'll participate in substance abuse assessment and treatment. Right? Thank you, Ms. Pernick.
Go sit right there, Miss Burnett. Ramirez, Lawrence.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Lawrence Ramirez.
Mr. Ramirez. I have A warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court, charging with burglary alleged to have occurred on December the 20th of 2021. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent, legal defender's office to represent you on these charges. Set an arraignment date of April the 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon, and did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Your Honor, the state believes a bond's appropriate, even though it's a refile case, given the fact he's been failing to appear for the past 3 years for various misdemeanor cases, and it looks like he incurred, it looks like per the pretrial report, at least additional new misdemeanor charges as well.
Your Honor, I would ask that you release Mr. Ramirez to pretrial service supervision. It appears the offense date is from December of 2021. As Mr. Goodman said, this case was dismissed and then refiled. Given that it is a nonviolent property offense, we would ask that you give him an opportunity on pretrial services release. Pretrial services also was able to speak with his friend, Tom, who did confirm that he has housing available.
Is also a 6 on the FDA scale. I have 5 files here, 4 of them with failures to appear. Risk of noncompliance is too great. Bond will remain at $2,500. Pretrial services, if the bond is posted, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no returning to the incident location, and behavioral health assessment and treatment. Now let's talk about the stack of misdemeanors I have here. I have current charges for criminal trespass, possession of paraphernalia, possession of prescription-only drug, I have charges from January 21st of this year for possession of paraphernalia, along with failures to appear. Charges for criminal trespass on June 26th of last year. Along with failures to appear. And charges for possession of paraphernalia on looks like February 16th of 2023, along with failures to February 16th, excuse me, along with failures to appear. And shoplifting, 555 East Grant. On or about March 2nd of 2022, along with failures to appear. We'll reappoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Bond will be $500 on this matter. Your next court date on the city court matters is going to be April the 3rd at 1:45. You're out of custody, you need to appear. Thank you, Mr. Ramirez.
Your court dates at your attorney's.
Robles, Monica, welcome first. The general regulations.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Marie Robles.
Ms. Robles. I have an interim complaint charging unlawful use of means of transportation, third-degree burglary, and possession of paraphernalia. Will appoint legal defender's office to represent you on these charges. Does either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Your Honor, she has no priors, but the state's requesting the 5K due to the fact she's been failing to appear for various misdemeanor cases for the past almost 6 years since 2019.
Your Honor, we would ask that you give Ms. Lopez an opportunity on pretrial services supervision. These are nonviolent property offenses. It does not appear that any of the pending misdemeanors that she has involve any kind of violence. As the state noted, she has no prior felony arrests or convictions of any kind, which means even if she goes to trial and loses, she will be probation available. Given that, we would ask you give her an opportunity on pretrial services release.
Given her failure to appear history, her lack of housing, bond will be set at $2,500.
Sorry, you start.
Bond is posted, then
Your Honor, Ms. Robles just let me know she has housing available with her father.
we do not have verified housing at this time. We have a statement that she is homeless and an offer of a mailing address only. Preliminary hearing date's April the 7th. Bond is $2,500. No contact with live victims. Don't go back to the incident locations, and no alcohol or illegal drugs. Then I have a stack of misdemeanor cases here. And contrary to counsel's assertions, these do include violence. I have charges here from March 29th of 2020, charging the defendant with domestic violence assault, domestic violence threats, domestic violence disorderly conduct, assault, and threats. Along with multiple failures to appear, most recently on January the 10th of this year. We also have charges for shoplifting. October 28th of 2019, Circle K at 5680 South Campbell. I have charges for criminal trespass on or about June 15th of 2023. Again, also with failures to appear. Charges for criminal trespass on February the 8th of this year. Failing to appear on February the 19th. And charges for shoplifting on February the 6th of this year. Again, with failures to appear. Bond on these matters is $250. Again, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with Julio Gomez Hernandez. You don't go back to Circle K, to the Wash at 12th and Valencia, the vicinity of 6th and Lerdo. If you post the bonds and you're out of custody, your court date is April the 28th at 9:30 in the morning in the Tucson City Court. If you haven't posted the bond, you will be seen next Friday at 1:45, about 1:45. Thank you, Ms. Robles. Jim, 4248. So.
Santiago, Alexander.
Good evening, I'm Judge Fade, and you, sir, are
Alexander Centillo.
Mr. Centillo. Interim complaint charging a third-degree burglary. Alleged to have occurred earlier today. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
No, Your Honor.
Given the state's recommendation, we have nothing more to add, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Centillo, you're next. Court date is going to be April the 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon for a preliminary hearing. You're going to be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. You will comply with monitoring and treatment under their supervision. That will include compliance with substance abuse and behavioral health screening, assessment, and treatment as they direct. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not go to any Walmart stores. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Other than in the course of assessment and treatment, I'd suggest you not discuss these matters with anyone except your attorney. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Soto.
This is a preacher on Monday. Are you returning next week? Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I'll preach tomorrow. Your turn next week.
Sit down.
Right.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Judge Fayed, and you are?
Eligio Soto.
Mr. Soto, I have any complaint charging with being two counts of being a fugitive from justice. I have 2 warrants out of Don Ana County, New Mexico, both for failing to comply with conditions of probation. We'll appoint the legal defender's office to represent you on these charges. Does either counsel wish to be heard?
He has to be held without bond per statute, Judge, with a fugitive review hearing set.
I agree.
Nothing to add, Your Honor.
Court date is April the 1st at 2:30. You will be held without bond pending that hearing. All right, thank you.
I can. Great.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Good evening, Your Honor. Michael Tarquin.
Mr. Tarquin, interim complaint charging with aggravated assault. We'll appoint Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Your Honor, the state would just note the nature of his very recent prior and the concerning nature of the conduct when there's a small child present, but nothing beyond that to add, Your Honor.
What very recent prior are you talking about?
Well, I wouldn't say the recent prior, but for him being terminated or on some sort of supervision for the attempted trafficking of LSD, when you factor in the supervision and all that, that it looks like it would have ended or did end in the very recent past, Judge. Sorry for that mix-up.
And Your Honor, we would ask that you release Mr. Tarquin to pretrial services supervision. They did score him at a 1. He does not have an NVCA flag. He's a 3 on the NCA scale, a 2 on the FTA scale. He has no prior failures to appear of any kind. While he does have 1 prior felony arrest that did not involve any violence or weapons or alleged victims, pretrial services was able to speak with his mother, who did confirm that he can reside with her and he is employed part-time. Given that, I would ask you give him an opportunity on pretrial services release.
Do we know her address?
If I could just a moment, Your Honor.
Where?
And Your Honor, he's putting down his mother's address where you want me to.
I would just note this occurred during a custody exchange, Judge. So even if he has a place to go, it seems there's an issue of violence during custody exchanges.
Your Honor, I can give the court his mother's address if you're ready for it.
So that is not where he has been residing on Beacon Point.
That's his own home, is my understanding. He can return there. I get just a second. So he's living, that is his own home. He also has housing available with his mother.
All right. I will give you a chance on pretrial services, but no alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, no bats or other items that can be used as weapons. Absolutely no contact with Charles Morris. You don't go anywhere near his residence or workplace. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. I do.
Preliminary hearing date is April the 16th at 1:30. You will also participate in behavioral health assessment and treatment as directed by pretrial services. All right. Thank you, Mr. Tarquin.
All right, I believe according to the jail, that was our last hearing. Is there anything else?
That's all I show.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good night.
Okay, let me log back on. That's okay.